Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be attempting to game on my Intel G3258's integrated Intel HD graphics. Why would you do this, you may ask? Perhaps you're building your PC right now, but you've reached your budget limit and need to wait for your next paycheck. Or maybe you're waiting for a good deal on a graphics card, like I was. Whatever the case, you're going to be stuck with these integrated graphics for a while. You may be feeling disappointed that you won't be able to play your favorite games, but could the integrated graphics actually give you a decent experience in games? The answer may surprise you. Along with the standard esports games like CSGO, we're also going to try more intense games like GTA 5 and Skyrim. Could we possibly game on the $67 CPU/GPU? The integrated graphics in question is something like a cut down version of the Intel HD 4600. Specifications from the Intel website are quite limited, but it has a 350 MHz graphics base frequency, which can boost up to 1.1 GHz. Clearly, we won't be playing games on ultra settings with this GPU, but it will be interesting to see what we can manage to do. Other system specs include the previously mentioned G3258 overclocked to 4.2 GHz, 8GB of DDR3 1600 MHz RAM, and an MSI H81M P33 motherboard. I just want to say that I'm sorry that I could not get any game footage recorded on the integrated graphics card. I tried every recording program and they all butchered the frame rate and recorded in horrible quality. What I've done is recorded the games on my normal system, but I'll lower the settings and lock the frame rate so you can see what it looks like if you were playing on the integrated graphics card. I also have the average FPS from Fraps, which worked perfectly. First up is CSGO. As expected, this game runs quite smoothly and offers a solid experience with an average of 53 frames per second, minimum of 41, and a max of 101. We are playing on low settings at 720p. There are no large frame drops and the game felt pretty good to play. I wouldn't have an issue playing it. We could turn up the settings, but CSGO is one of those games, like other first-person shooters, where you really want a higher frames per second over graphics. You'll have a slight competitive disadvantage due to your lower FPS, but it is definitely playable. A good start. Second on the list is Skyrim. Now this game is more demanding than CSGO, but we still managed to get it running quite well with the low settings at 720p. We got an average of 40 FPS, a minimum of 34, and a max of 47. The game actually still looked decent as well, which is nice. Another game that works well. If you've been enjoying the videos so far, consider leaving a like or subscribing, as it really helps out the channel. Anyways, back to the video. Next is GTA 5. This game was a bit tricky to run. The iGPU and slow RAM, which I'll talk about at the end of the video, was causing GTA 5 to have some serious FPS problems. However, after some tweaks like turning off all the shadows, we did manage to get an average of 20 FPS, a minimum of 16, and a max of 23 on the lowest settings with DirectX 10 at 720p. The game still looked okay as well. Honestly, I felt it was playable, especially if I had not been spoiled by my GTX 760 in the past. Lastly, we're going to try out Rocket League, another extremely popular game. I'm not really sure why this game did not run that well. It's not very demanding, but I only managed to get an average of 26 FPS, which is playable, but the game looked horrible. If you wanted to, you could also play in 1080p, which looks a lot better, but you only average around 22 frames per second. In conclusion, it looks like integrated graphics have come a long way. I remember when I used to use my old Optiplex 320 and the integrated graphics were absolutely horrible and could not run any games at all. Luckily nowadays, if you're stuck with these integrated graphics, you can actually play some games. It's worth noting that you would see a lot better performance with dual channel RAM since you're using integrated graphics, as the integrated graphics uses the system RAM as VRAM. All of these games would have seen big performance boosts. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.